How are you guys doing?
No, it just started. I'm going to start this again.
Yeah. Hold on.
The damn button doesn't work.
All right, we'll do it.
Warning, viewer listener discretion is advised. The majority of the content of this program is not fact checked, and it is highly advised that it not be used for teaching your children from said content, other than making an example out of the hosts of what they should not grow up to be. Remember this, it's the beer talking.
Welcome to the truth about beer.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Now here we are. So I don't know. I started doing that like a couple weeks ago. You
I'm
hit
telling
live.
you, it's haunted. All right, we have a lot of weird things happen here. So
I hit the live button, and then all of a sudden, it pops up with telling me what it means to go live.
Yeah,
you know, it
so
doesn't.
Nothing is
actually
ever
go
going to
live.
work perfect because this place is really weird.
That's
So
craziness. But at least it's going now, and here we are, and it's we're into March,
yes, we are.
and I'm retired.
Yay! Clap.
Oh yeah, that's
Woo! We're both retired. Such a good feeling. I get to see him so much more now.
lucky you.
Yeah.
You know, I need to bring up the comments.
Okay.
We got the lovely Miss Morgan over here.
Hi, Christine.
She's
How are
gonna
you?
Bring up comments when they show up. Yes, hello, Christine. It's always good to see you.
We're doing great.
And I see her saying hello to Andrea. Andrea, are you on here? I didn't see you.
Lisa's with us.
Yes. I don't see the Mama Cat or Heavy Metal Beer Club.
We'll wait for a
there,
minute.
but
Let them all get
they'll
on.
be here.
It just started. So
Yeah.
we'll wait for a few seconds and let everyone get on here. Hi, hey,
Allison.
There's my purdy.
Yeah.
And we expect a lot more people to be on here shortly. But yeah, it's been a good week, man. Spring break. It's been great.
Oh, it's just, was it spring break all this past week for you guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
All the kids out of school.
Oh, that's not how it is in our neck of the woods.
Really?
I think that's next week.
Okay. Well, some people have 1 week, some people have 2. But
hey, Pam.
Hey.
Good to see you. Miss you guys too. Oh, yeah. There's so many great locations in Arizona that are just fun to investigate.
I miss it. You know, now that we're here, I see these things on like the superstitions, and I'm like, I was right there. Why didn't I take more advantage of the time I had there? Like Tombstone, and there's a place up not far from Tombstone, and I'm seeing all the history of all the places there, and it's like, what was I thinking?
Bisbee,
Benson, Bisbee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great places.
I do miss those places.
I do, because I'm learning a lot about Prescott and Payson and the surrounding areas that I didn't know until now.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had known then what I knew now, I would have been all over that area.
Yeah.
You know,
but you know what next month is? Well, it's April, but
tell me.
Ghosts of Globes Paracon 2.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Is taking place.
Is that the jail?
Oh, it's the jail, the train station,
the school,
Bowling Plaza, I believe the brothel.
Yeah, that's a great place.
And all kinds of lecturers.
You know, White Earp's wife passed away there.
In
Globe.
In Globe?
Yeah. After the Tombstone, the OK Corral, and all that stuff, she ended up in Globe, where she ended up passing. That's where her final days were.
No, there's a lot of good history there.
Oh, yeah. How you guys doing? How's your week been? We've had fun. We're going to have fun. We got a lot coming up. We're going to be busy now that he's retired. We're going to have fun, and we're going to be doing a lot more investigations and a lot more shows.
Yeah. In fact, you don't have to wait 2 weeks for our next show.
No.
Next Friday will be our next show. And we got a really cool one coming up next week.
You're not going to believe this guy is amazing.
Yeah, you want to bring it up, talk about it a little bit.
Yes,
cool.
I do. I will. I'll tell you his name. His name's Christopher Laprath, and I was a member of CE5, which means I think it's Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, where you actually have an experience with extraterrestrials. And you can look it up, CE5. It's a big thing if you want to join it. It's amazing. There's chapters all over the United States. Check that out. But I met Chris through CE5, and he's just amazing. And I can't explain how honored and touched and mesmerized and excited we were to meet him. He was just a great guy. And I'll let Joey tell you a little bit about him, because
I can read
smaller print. Read the smaller print, and we're going to have him live next Friday as our guest. And so I'll have Joey introduce him and tell you a little bit about him.
Maybe we'll read this just a little bit later. We'll bring it back up again.
Okay.
To remind him for next week, because
oh yeah, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, outstanding guy. You're going to love the show. Be sure and tune in.
So for tonight, though, I mean, we're talking about Texas, and just so you know, I mean, everybody, you have to believe what's her name, right? I don't want to bring her up right now. So, but if you don't believe what our title said, or what the description of our show tonight, here's somebody that knows. Alexa, what is the most haunted state in the U.S.?
From graphs.net. According to the data, the most haunted state in the United States is Texas, which has had 7,218 reported ghost sightings over the last 16 years.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, so this is where I saw it. Where'd it go? How can I put the graph up when it disappeared? Oh, here we go. Here we go. There it is. See?
So check this out. I know, of course, Texas is huge and California is huge. And what was interesting is Ohio, for a very small state, that's a scary place.
That's the third.
But yeah, it's one of the smallest states.
Well, it is. So California is the most populous state, and Texas is the second most populous state. So Texas still is number one when it comes to scary stuff.
Yes, it is.
But then to bring in Ohio,
that's crazy.
It's third.
That's just amazing. It must have been because of all the, I don't know, the civil wars or the Union. We'll have to figure that. Yeah. We'll have to research that and find out why Ohio's.
We'll have to ask Christy.
We'll have to ask Alexa.
Oh yeah, Alexa, why is Ohio so haunted?
From ArcadiaPublishing.com. Many of the most popular historic sites and some of the lesser known and forgotten corners of southwest Ohio are haunted by the spirits of those who lived and died there.
Oh,
well.
Okay. Okay. So, in honor, that was funny. So, in honor of tonight's topic, we are drinking Lone Star tonight. So this will be our beer of the evening.
There we go.
And I didn't do my research on Lone Star, but
it's a Texas brewery for sure.
Yes.
And I know it's Joe Bob Briggs' number one beer that he drinks on his show. So,
and it is the beer of Texas. It used to be Texas Pride, but I believe now it's Lone Star.
Lone Star. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
So, cheers to you guys. Have a Lone Star. It's really good. I mean,
it's like a Budweiser or a Coors.
Yeah.
No,
but it tastes nothing like Coors.
Yeah, we don't know what Coors tastes like.
Yeah, I don't know what Coors or Bud tastes like, evidently. I lost a beer contest one time between Bud and Coors, and I picked the wrong one, but that's a long time ago. So we found this in, go ahead.
No,
we found this interesting. We discovered this early. Alexa, what's the most haunted city in Texas? Check this out.
From Forbes.com. Many people say San Antonio is the most haunted city in Texas, which is no surprise, since it was the setting for one of the deadliest battles in America.
So we didn't know that.
I remember that place.
Yeah, I peed on it.
No,
Alamo.
you didn't. That was
The Alamo.
yeah, that was the Alamo. That was Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes,
he got busted for it.
He did. But he paid money and got out. He did go to jail, but he paid money and got out of it. So.
Peed on the Alamo. That's terrible.
It is. It's horrible. But they never caught me.
Oh, so
there's so much to talk about.
I know. Where do you begin?
I know. I don't
Well,
know where to begin.
actually, I know where we're going to begin because we do the show from McKinney, Texas.
Yes.
It's North Texas town, about 165,000 or so.
Yes. And this is Collin County. And the first city in Collin County was called Buckner, 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 Texas. And the first established residents were the O'Briens. And they set up trade here, and it was like a watering hole in a trade area. And I guess the town was quite a ways away, but that was the first established documented city in Collin County, Texas. I don't know about the surrounding counties, but as far as Collin County, that was the first city. And it's pretty impressive. It goes back to the 1850s. And I guess the whole town was eventually wiped out by smallpox.
It's terrible.
It was, and there was fights between the Indians, the Comanches, and the Kiowas. I forget the name of them, but yeah. So I did a little research.
You did. And you know what's really interesting about your research?
What's that?
Is we found the source of your
we did
stuff, and it turned
Check
out
this
to be
out.
it all
Brian.
came from our good old friend Brian Weaver
Yeah.
of ghostquest.net.
And if Brian Hunt's on here tonight, maybe we can ask him a few questions about it. But there is a place in McKinney that used to be called Buckner, and it's really amazing. In fact, I was there today, but it's got 18 burials that are documented. The O'Brien family and a couple of I can't say too much about it because we're going to do an investigation, and I don't want to give too much away because we want to have the encounter, and we'll bring that to you on a show one night after we do the investigation. We'll talk about all that investigation, but it's a very interesting place, and it's right, 3-4 miles from us. So we'll talk about more about that later.
Yes, we will.
And then let's see here. We've got, when I was 18, 19 years old, I had a friend, Dirk, and he may be on tonight. And
Dirk, where are you?
Yeah, Dirk. We had a story that I've been telling for a long time. I've told this story to many flight attendants, many people I've met. And I thought it was just an isolated incident and there was no big deal about it. And turns out, let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. Where'd it go? Right here. Is that one of them? Okay.
That's funny. Yeah, that's the problem, Pam. I don't know if anybody's Schitt's Creek fans or not, but
Shit Creek.
No, Schitt's Creek, the sitcom.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's anytime the girl, her name is Alexa, and yeah, it would make mine go crazy all the time. So, did yours answer the same questions that with the
what
same
did your
answers
Alexa
anyway?
say?
I'll make everybody's Alexis go crazy.
Yeah. Alexa, order
We should put up a warning before we're done.
Everyone turn them off real quick. You could cause havoc with that. You know that?
Really could.
Cause so much trouble.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to put something about that.
Yeah, we will.
People.
So anyway, 35, 40 years ago, I don't know how long, I was 18, 19.
What's over there, Jim?
Years old. What's that?
I thought you were looking at something over there.
I was. What was that?
I don't know.
Did you see something over there?
I saw you look over there, so I caught my attention.
All right. Maybe it was just a light flashing. All right. So when I was 18, 19 years old, I lived in Bedford, and we eventually moved to Arlington. And so there's a back road you can take between Bedford and Arlington, and it's right by Bell Helicopter. And so we would take this road, and one night we were told that there's a haunted bridge right next to the road that we take. And we're like, okay, what's the story behind it? And we heard stories from the locals in Arlington that there was a football game. There were 3 cheerleaders. This is a story I heard. Okay. Mm-hmm. There were 3 cheerleaders. They were in a Volkswagen Bug, and they had won the game. They were excited. They were headed home, but they decided to take the bridge road. And I guess it had been burned down like the day before by some pranksters.
You know, it takes at least 3 cheerleaders to build a bridge. So that's a good thing. There were 3 of them. It takes
3 to take one down.
Wow.
That's funny. So anyway, we heard this story. You know, we didn't think anything about it. We didn't have the internet back then. We didn't know anything. We didn't know any different. So me and my buddy Dirk, we had double date, and we decided to take these girls down to the Screamers Bridge that we had heard about. And so we went, and you have to park in this area, and you have to walk about a mile down to where this bridge is. Eventually it's just gone. And supposedly the car went into the embankment in the river, and everybody died. And if you go down there, well, we were told if you go down there on Halloween, like at midnight or something, you could hear the screams, but evidently a lot's changed since then. I think you can go down there anytime. So we went down there, and as we were helping each other down by the bank, we heard screams. And then all of a sudden, the water right beside us, there was something huge that hit the water, and it was big enough that it covered all of us in water. It soaked us completely wet. I looked at Dirk. He looked at me.
Wait.
I'm serious, right?
Oh, it was a double,
right?
Yeah.
So I looked at Dirk. I'm like, dude, that ain't funny. He goes, what are you talking about? I'm looking at him, and he's got the girl's hand helping her up. And I realized he didn't do it. He realized I didn't do it. We're like, what the hell? We were drenched with this water from this river when something crashed, but it was right before we heard the screams. We hightailed it out of there, ran all the way back to the car, and never went back. And I've been telling that story my whole life, and I didn't think anything else about it until we started doing the Haunted Texas. And I'm like, I wonder if Screamers Bridge, because that's what they called it, Screamers Bridge, is if they have any information on the internet. Lo and behold, they have a lot of information about it that gives all the facts and about who the people were and what day it happened. And it was in 1961, and it tells how it all happened. And it blew my mind. As I was reading this today.
That's nuts. So a ghost car hit the water. Huh?
I mean, yeah, the bridge was burned. They went off the embankment. They crashed. They all died. There's 3 different stories on it that I've pulled up that I've been able to access from the internet.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. There we go.
It's amazing. So it says 50 years ago, several teenagers were carpooling home after a high school football team defeated its opponents by a landslide. And they were all, riled up and everything and fooling around. And so I guess the bridge was out and they didn't know it, and they were partying and everything. And they went off this bridge, and it killed all of them in a fiery explosion. And we're told that if you go back there at night, you can hear the screaming of the girls going off the bridge. And I'm like, oh, cool, that's fine. We'll be able to scare our friends, and that'll be fun. However, we weren't expecting what we got into. It was just amazing. And the fact that this story is out now and there's documented proof about it just gives me the chills. And that's someplace I said I would never, ever, ever, ever go back. But now that I've seen the history on it and all the information, I would think it would be a great place to go investigate. We have their names.
I think so.
We have their date. We have the names. We have a lot of information that I didn't have back then. But if that thing hits the water and gets me wet again, I hope to capture it on video.
Yeah.
So
no, that'd be fun.
That's my haunted place in Texas. Well, one of them, but that was just amazing. And the fact that I looked it up today and it's all right there, it just freaks me out, because Dirk and I, we thought it was legend and rumor and everything, but then to
find it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
But that was a great experience. Hope to have more of those.
So why? I mean, you can't do. It's an A-frame, I guess, Lisa, or no, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I've seen plenty of cheerleaders do their thing.
How many?
I mean, you have two of them side by side. They can't do any kind of
bridge.
They can't lift anybody up between them. So isn't that a bridge? I guess it's an A-frame. I don't know.
I think it takes all of them.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good place to check out if you're into investigations.
Alexa, how many cheerleaders does it take to make a bridge?
From SUDS.edu. It was an impressive sight, taking 8 girls in all to hold the bridge up.
Okay, 8. You couldn't get that many in a Volkswagen.
No, I got a clown car, maybe. I don't know how
a clown car Volkswagen. Yeah, I've seen them at the circus, the little Volkswagens where all the clowns get out of them. So I guess it could be done.
Yeah. Wow.
So, amazing. So, how many people do we have here from Texas? I don't think we have too many people here from Texas. I know Dirk is and a few, but have you heard haunted stories about Texas? Because we want to take the top 4 or 5 and go play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we want to start here in McKinney,
in the local area,
and hit some of this stuff. See, I live in Greenville, and I had to pronounce that right.
Yeah, when you first moved here, that's not the way you said it.
No, I know.
Greenville.
Yeah, I live in Greenville.
It's Greenville.
And now I'm in Greenville, and it's got a rich history too.
Yes, it does. Everything between here and there and all around.
Yeah. Greenville, from what I understood, was actually the original big city before Dallas became the big city. So there's a downtown area that's just really a ghost town. There's not that many businesses still around. I don't know why, but well, I do know why.
Why?
Because they're
leaving.
Well, they're just not opening it up to try to turn the old downtown into a nightlife type of a.
Yeah, they don't want that. They roll up the sidewalks at 8 o'clock.
Those old farmers, they don't like that.
And the lights start blinking at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Because it's the devil.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Greenville.
That is a Bible Belt.
Yeah. Well, Greenville used to be like the center for music. If you go downtown Greenville,
yeah,
there's murals all over the place of musicians and music from the old days. So anyway, I got to do more research on haunted areas.
Yes, we did.
In Greenville.
And it's funny. I mean, there's haunted places everywhere. Because when you first moved here, we decided to like hook up just for lunch or just to get together.
Yeah, that was a cool place.
And we said, hey man, we'll find halfway and we'll meet halfway. And so we Googled halfway and found Farmersville.
Isn't that Farmersville?
Farmersville.
Yeah, it's got to be Farmersville.
And so there's a little bar cafe there called the Stable.
Yeah, I knew it had something to do with cows.
Yeah. or
whatever.
Or something old. And so we walked in there and said hi, sat down, having a drink, something to eat. And I just got this weird feeling. We both did. We were like, there's something really weird about this place. And so eventually one of the waiters come over and say, hey, can I ask you a question? I'm like, do you guys, you ever get a feeling this place is haunted? And oh my God, did I open up a door? She goes, oh my God, let me tell you. And she started rattling off all the experiences and who had this and what person was where when they didn't, and like, oh my God. So Julie and I kind of walked through there with a ghost meter for a minute and got some pretty eerie vibes. And this place was like in the 1800s. I think it was
built back in the 1800s.
It was like a general grocery store. And then it became something else and something else, but it was a really unique building. And the vibes in there were great. So there's so many places we have to get out and explore.
In fact, we're going on one after the show tonight.
Yeah. So after the show tonight, and we'll let you know all about that one. Oh, that'll be fun.
So when I moved here, or before, on my way here, of course, this is Allison's book, but I had to pick up a couple of different books. So I got this one. It's just haunted places in Texas. And I can't remember what the other one's called because I forgot to grab it on my way. But yeah, because I wanted to know all the places I needed to visit and go investigate. And, Texas is one big state. And the other book that I have is the chapters are all by city. So this one's not by city. So, so I don't know what's really close here. But yeah, that's one place I definitely want to go. Because that's in Denton.
So this place is amazing from what I've read. I'd love to go there. It's called Goatman's Bridge. And I think you have a little information on this one.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a skinwalker thing, It's like half human, half animal.
Yeah, there's been lots of investigations there and lots of people scared away. So I want to be scared away, but I don't want to go away,
Yeah.
I mean, I like to be scared, but I like to stand my ground.
Yeah.
Or try to. Do a little bit better than I did when Julie kind of showed herself.
Oh God, we're going to have to start telling what episode to go back and watch that. So much fun. We had interactions right here live that just freaked us out. Some more than others.
Yeah. So Goatman's Bridge is the common nickname for what's formerly called the Old Alton Bridge, an iron truss span that once connected Denton, Texas to Copper Canyon. Or do they say Cannon?
Cannon.
Okay. Copper Canyon. Many who have crossed at
Canyon.
Night have claimed to have seen a demonic figure of a man with a goat's head waiting for them at the other side. Anyway, that's like a cliffhanger right there, isn't it?
Did he want a toll?
I've heard that story. No, there was a Ghost Adventures episode on that. They went to Goatman's Bridge, and I think Aaron
remember
got
it. Yeah,
thrown like 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah,
just kind of it was. But
yeah,
it's kind of crazy. Hey, Karen, how are you doing? I haven't seen Karen in a long time. Since I think she made it to last year's Globe Paracon, which was fun. And Karen's an amazing investigator.
Yes, she wants to go back.
We all do.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of Globe? The jail?
You know, I always go back to the jail.
Yeah.
Because that was like my first experience.
Yeah.
Investigating and
your first encounter.
It's just
and the door slamming and
it's so cool.
Yeah, the feeling is amazing. It's just cold and hot and chills, and it's one of the most active places I've been. That was amazing. Allison had a lot of good stuff there. She was told to get the hell out of the jail cell she was sitting
people
in.
Get told to get out.
Yeah. But she didn't.
Yeah, I would like to. I never got a chance to investigate at Bowling Plaza. I would like to go check that out. And actually, the YMCA is a great place too.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun in the empty pool.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. I felt
we used did we use the grid?
The green dots?
Yeah. On that one when you were with us.
Yeah. And we would sit there and there was something back in that corner that kept going. Everything kept moving over in that corner. But it was almost like you could feel people wanting to like grab onto you because you felt like they were swimming and drowning. And they were like, I just felt things grabbing a hold of me while we were in there. It was really, really weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to go back to talking about all the haunted places in Arizona.
Yeah, it is.
Because we've done a few. But tonight, we're talking about Texas. And I haven't had any experiences here yet. So I guess that's why it's easy to talk about Arizona. But we plan on getting lots of experience here now.
Now that this is the most haunted state.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. We're in the perfect area.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no perfect area, but my Lord, you just walk around and you talk to people, you do a little bit of research on these places, and it's amazing.
Now, is Buckner, I want to ask you about Buckner. Is that the one that you showed us before?
Buckner is the first city in.
Well, I mean the cemetery.
Yeah. Buckner, it's called O'Brien Cemetery. And
is that the one you showed us before? That I mean, they quit burying people there back in the 30s.
Oh no, that was Pecan Grove.
That's Pecan Grove.
Yes.
Okay, I had that thing here. That's one we're going to go check out.
Pecan Grove. It's huge. It's like one of the biggest cemeteries. It's it says it's established in 1870. I'm not sure how far back the plots go. There's a lot of records, but
was it like the 30s when they stopped burying people there?
Yeah,
because it was full.
It was just full. There were 2,000 or 3,000. I have to go back and read the information on it, but they closed it off. Nobody could get back in there. But I read a thing on Nextdoor the other day about people that go and they pull out their lawn chairs and they just sit there on a Saturday or Sunday. They just sit there all day and just, chill. But I don't know how could they know the people there? I mean, if you have family that used to be there that you knew, that's worth hanging out on a Sunday. But anyway,
does it stay on there when they
21 acres? There it is.
21
acres. Purchased in 1892.
That's James Webb Throckmorton. That's his span of life was 1825. So that's not when it was built. Or I just wonder when it was established.
It says on the marker outside 1870, but I'm sure there's that's establishment. So I'm sure there's tombstones in there. They're much, much older. We could pull that up if you wanted to, but that's going to be a place that we're going to head out to real quick here.
And we have to build a new parabolic
dish.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, from Walmart or the dollar store. What was it?
It's Amazon.
Oh, what? No, the dish.
Oh yeah, that came from Walmart.
Yeah. So
yeah. No, I found another dish on Amazon.
Okay.
I think will be even better than.
Well, that one worked.
Dish, so,
when we were looking for Bigfoot, that one worked great.
It did work. It was fun.
So we're going to have to pull out the parabolic in these places.
Bring comments back up again.
We're just reading some of your. I was hoping Dirk would jump on here.
Well, yeah,
I was give us a little information about what I remember and what he remembers. I'm sure they're two different stories, but you know, that's what 30 years will do, or 40. I don't know how many years it's been.
Your high school buddy?
Yeah. Junior high in Bedford.
It goes further back.
Yeah, junior high, 9th grade. But and we got in a lot of trouble back then. We used to wrap houses and everything. And
Lone Star's not too bad.
No, it's not. After
it goes down smooth, and
you need 3.
The problem is, you can keep drinking these. That's the problem with them. Oh man, I'm losing track of our outline because we didn't write it down. It was all in my head.
It was, and our heads are retired. We don't really think about the. Well, we think about it all week long, but then we get down to Friday and we're just like, yay, we're just happy to be here.
Oh, we'll let you know about it, Karen. You betcha. Hopefully we'll have some really good evidence to share.
All right. So we need to do Pecan Grove like ASAP.
Yeah.
And then do a whole.
Well, when you told me about it, it made me think of is it Concordia? I think it's Concordia.
Concord in Oracle, the little graveyard.
No. This is in Texas. Oh. Concordia graveyard in El Paso.
Okay.
Which is super huge. I mean, it's all divided up in different ethnic groups.
Oh wow!
Stuff too.
They have one here called the Colored Cemetery too. We'll have to research that one. I found that pretty.
Well, and on the Concordia one, I think I'm saying it right. There was a children's section too.
Oh wow!
It was just nothing but infants that were buried there, and it was too big.
You think that was smallpox?
Yeah, could be. I mean, that graveyard's in really bad shape as far as tombstones and all that are just busted. And it was the graveyard that the Night Stalker.
Oh,
Mr. Ramirez. What's his first name? Robert Ramirez.
Robert.
Yeah, he practiced satanic rituals in that graveyard, and we did find the area when we were there visiting where he did his rituals and stuff. And of course, it was during the day, and I mean, I don't think that much changes between day and night when there's activity, but I think your senses are heightened.
And I had
more at night.
I had this conversation earlier with Allison. The times that I have seen apparitions and stuff like that, like the time we were in Prescott and we saw Abby's ghost, that was in the daytime. The time that my son's picture flew off the wall across the room and shattered and just went all the way across the room, that was daytime. There are many instances in the daytime. Well, even when we were in Oracle and handling those topo maps and everything, and that thing flew out of your hand or my hand, I don't remember.
No, it flew off the shelf.
Flew off the shelf. That box, it just went in the chair, went flying. It was in a lit room, so I don't believe that darkness is mandatory or necessary.
No. What all I was saying was I think sometimes your senses are heightened.
Right. And there's not as much, in the nighttime, there's no traffic noise, there's no city noise, there's no something. So, and it's darker, and so you can adjust more and be more aware of your surroundings. But I'm telling you, daytime is just as active at night. It's just noticing it.
Right. Yeah. So
But
I have a bunch of that evidence that I did there at Concordia. And I ghost tube,
was it day or night or
it
both?
was day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
No, that night we were investigating the DeSoto Hotel
Right.
that night. So we went to Concordia just for a little day trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we did in Payson, just a day trip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, we got lots of crazy crap during the day there.
During the day. So
yeah.
I have to rethink my understanding on nighttime and daytime investigation because I don't think it matters. It's just how you document it, I think, is more important.
See, Christine, she agrees with me.
Yeah, they're everywhere all the time. They don't have business hours. They're with us 24/7. And I don't, you see these ghost shows where they have to have it like completely black and dark and no lights. And
see, Pam, you have to bring the whole crew. So it has to be you, Vinny, and Karen, Roger. Bring Roger with you.
yeah. Yeah, I miss those guys. That was fun. So, there's also a couple of places that some people have reached out to me on Nextdoor and said they have places. They're like, oh gosh, I'm so glad you guys are doing this stuff. I really needed you, but I just moved out of there because I couldn't take it. So I reached back out to them and said, well, where was it and who's there now? I haven't heard a response back, but
well, there were some funny places on that the list for McKinney. You had to bring that back up again so we can scroll through it.
McKinney. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Go ahead and you can tell them about it.
Well, this is from ghostquest.net. Our dear friend Brian Weaver. All right, you got it?
Yeah.
So let's kind of go through.
So this is amazing because, I mean, it's in alphabetical order. Let me go back here.
That's Buckner still.
You hear that?
I heard something.
What was that?
I don't know. It wasn't my voice or your voice.
Oh.
Whose voice was that?
Who was that? What?
Say it wasn't Alexa. I don't see her. Anyway. So, the McKinney Performing Arts Center. It seems like all those theater type places always have like a lady in white or some kind of error. No, that's not what I wanted. Or was it?
Here we are. So there are, look at all these.
Well, that's Laredo. So,
we're going back to McKinney.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the only one in McKinney.
That was the only one in McKinney?
Yeah.
That was on this list?
No, there's another one.
There was like a barbecue place, and
yes, there was.
There was a bunch of stuff in McKinney.
I don't remember where that is.
All right, we'll take it off.
It's all right. Let me see if I can.
If my phone is the camera, I could pull up my text messages where I had the whole list. So Okay. We'll bring it back up again. Uh-oh. We just lost connection. We're back.
Yep.
So
Hello.
the artist lofts.
What on earth? Yeah, so here's like, this is right here in Virginia, man. This is like right down the street.
Yeah, it was about a suicide of a local insurance agent.
And then
that haunts that place.
We have, of course, Buckner Cemetery. Can't wait for that. And we have the Celt Irish Pub. Now, Alice and I went there and had a drink one night.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's on Tennessee. That's not too far from here.
It's just right down the street in the square. And I was sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, this would be really, really good for an investigation, because you could just feel the history and everything in there. And turns up, I looked and said, what's a haunted place in McKinney? And it said the Celt.
Well, did you see the who they say? Frank and Jesse James?
Yeah. Right here.
To wet their whistles there?
Right here.
Well, fun.
So I'm sure they got some bullet holes in the roof somewhere there. So that was another interesting place. And then the Collin County History Museum, but you can't really, all you can do is just go through and everything. You can't really do anything after. And then the old Collin County Prison. This is another place I want to go to. Did we do a prison? No, there was.
Haven't done a prison, just
there was one in Camp Verde or Casa Grande that I wanted. No, it was a Gila Bend. I wanted to go to the Gila Bend, but this is right down the street, and there's so many places like in Heritage Village, Chestnut Square, right down the street, and all of these are just like a walk from my house. And the Performing Arts Center has a whole story that people talk about.
That was with the lady in white.
Yes. And there's actually an area right down the street here that Allison drives down all the time and sees a transparent lady
that beckons to her, right?
That beckons to her and calls her over.
That's so crazy.
We can be on a different street and she's like, oh my God, she's wanting me to come over there. And we're like, what? And every time Allison drives down there, she sees a lady and she sees right through her. She's totally transparent. So that's another good place we would like to find. But yeah, McKinney's an active area. It's one of the older areas here in Collin County.
Did just go to number 7? Is that all? I swore there was a barbecue place or something.
There was.
Or something like that.
Former nurses' quarters.
That's it, huh? Then we're down to the ads.
Huh.
All right.
Well, maybe it was on another website. But there was was it a barbecue place or?
I thought there was.
I'll have to.
Whoops. Crowd in front of that.
Oh, there's
everybody
a ghost
crowd in front of the camera there.
There's a
just to say hi.
There's a ghost walk
just
right down here.
A ghost walk?
Yeah. Ghost walk, Chestnut Square.
Morgan.
Say hi.
Hi. My hand looks large.
So
I had to have some fun there.
Yeah, we'll be going out tonight and doing an investigation, and we'll get back to you on what we find out about all that stuff. That'll be a good time. Let's see here. Was it? Legend has it that sometimes on the second floor in a building on Louisiana Street in downtown McKinney, a man can be seen on the second floor looking down at the street below. The building's owner thought she knew who it was. So this is right down the street. We'll have to check this out too. His name was Frank, and he died young, in his 50s. Oh, God, Lord.
That is young. Way too young.
Ooh,
what's that?
That's a nice.
Looks like the Munsters house.
Yeah, it does. This is in on Virginia.
Is that the one we went past and had candles in all the windows?
No.
that was
pretty cool too. I don't think anybody lives there. I mean, it's built up. There's weeds. There's no sign of anything, and there's a candle in each window.
It's crazy.
Just amazing.
These are old houses. I mean, they're all Victorian style and wraparound porches.
Right on College Street, which is the main street.
Cool.
So we're trying to get a hold and doing some research, trying to get a hold of people around these places to see if we can't check those places out.
Yeah, sorry things didn't run as smooth tonight as we'd hoped.
There's like a haunted barbecue place, I think it is.
That's what I was saying. There was a haunted barbecue place on there somewhere. And if I could get to my phone, I would look it up.
There's the pub.
They probably have barbecue at the pub, right? Get little barbecue sliders.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, we're going to have to check out the cult.
Yeah. Well, you know what? One thing I've really learned since I moved to Texas, Texans are very serious about their barbecue.
Boy, howdy.
Man.
Yeah. And you don't go anywhere and say, well, yeah, I had some good barbecue in Kansas City one time. No, you don't say stuff like that here in Texas. You don't even bring up other states. You don't bring up other.
And I've had some mighty fine barbecue since I've been here.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, they just flashed us our 10-minute warning.
All right.
So we need to go back because next Friday night, we got a really great show lined up for you. And we're going to bring that back up because I'm going to tell you a little bit about Chris.
I wish I could have Allison tell you the encounter she had with Chris. It was amazing.
Well, maybe she can do that next week.
Yeah. So I spoke with him yesterday, and he's excited about doing the show. And I think it'll be really, really good.
Here, we'll bring it up that way. Uh-oh, you got to bring that up for me again.
Sorry. Oh.
What I was going to try to read without stumbling too much.
You turn it sideways if you want.
I'll tell you about Mr. Christopher LaPrath. So he's an award-winning author, lecturer, business coach, healer, and insight practitioner. In addition to his informal schooling, Christopher Lewis LaPrath has a master's degree in human dynamics from Western International University, a psychology degree from Axia University, and holds a degree in sales and marketing. He has lectured all over the world to groups as large as 30,000. Chris speaks Mandarin Chinese, which I find so interesting. My son-in-law speaks Mandarin Chinese.
Wow.
So I have to have them have a little exchange on that. That would be fun. And the reason he speaks Mandarin Chinese is he lived in for several years. It says for several years he lived in the Republic of China. He has traveled so many countries, learning from masters of many different cultures and religions. As an insight practitioner, his master skill, seeing the unseen, helps people to release the blocks that prevent true meaning, purpose, prosperity, and love in life. The insight Chris is able to access turns on cosmic awareness, thus expanding the possibilities presently available to the person. It's a life changer. So tune in so we can change your life next week.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And Chris has his own show that he runs on Stitch.
On Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yeah. It looks like Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays.
Oh, Sundays. Yeah, 3 days a week.
And at 6:00. And we'll have to stick a link up somewhere to that.
But I pulled it
So-
right up. So if you just want to look at Christopher LaPrath show, it pulls right up, and very interesting.
Yeah,
Very,
we're
very
really
interesting.
excited to have him on.
Yeah, that'll be a great show.
So next, and here's that crazy thing. It will be at 8:00 next Friday night, but this will be my first experience at going through this to change to daylight savings time.
Oh yeah, you
That
never had to go through
sucks.
that before.
No, well, I mean, I did when I lived in Utah.
In
but
Arizona, nobody cares about it. They're
hey,
like,
Dan,
don't
thanks
bother
for
us with
hopping
that.
on. Oh yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I mean,
Nothing changes. I mean, it's lighter or darker at bedtime.
But my dog doesn't understand that. My dog's been on the same schedule since we got him.
Don't tell him.
8:30 rolls around. And he goes, oh, it's bedtime, guys.
Yeah.
And he'll stand at the door, wait for us to
come
to bed.
At 8:00,
so
our
now,
dogs get
so
ready.
next week he'll be standing there at 7:30.
Let's don't tell him.
Hey guys, it's 8:30.
Well,
it's only
forward.
7:30.
Yeah, you're going forward.
So
that'll be fun
it's
to watch.
It's gonna suck. So yeah, see, all you Arizona people are so spoiled.
Yes.
I mean,
and do you know why daylight savings time was incorporated? Or
I thought it had to do with the farmers.
The farmers' almanac. The farmers, they knew when to come home.
I mean, you work with the sun.
Yeah,
you don't pay attention to the clock.
Nope.
Why?
I don't know. They should get rid of it.
They really should.
The only good thing I liked about it was when I flew to Hawaii, I'd leave at 3:00 and get there 3 hours. You still had a whole day when you got there because it's 3 hours earlier.
See, I'll tell you what would really suck though for Arizona is, because I heard this, is that if they were to abolish it, they want to abolish it during the savings time, not during standard time.
So how would that affect Arizona?
Well, they're on standard time all the time.
Right.
So mountain standard time. So in order for Utah, which Utah was trying to abolish it, so they could go to stay on savings time, but they said no, Arizona would have to switch to savings time and stay there. So it would just be a one-time switch, but if you're not used to it, it would suck.
Yeah, I grew up with it, and I didn't. When I moved to Arizona, I'm like, "What do you mean?
There's no daylight savings time."
It's very unique to have two places in the United States never change time.
Yeah, see, and that's what everybody wants, because standard time is stupid. Daylight savings time is better. I did like, growing up in Utah when, the sun was still up at 9:00 at night.
Right.
In the summertime, that was like great.
All it does is run runs sports games.
But, in Arizona, since we didn't change, I mean, there were mornings where, it's still dark at 7:30.
Right.
In the morning.
Right.
And so, yeah, that was kind of weird. But I got used to it really quick. It was just dark in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it saved on candles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
that makes sense to me. More than the farmers.
More than the farmers, the daylight time. So, but there's many different. I saw a thing on it one time. There's many different reasons why they supposedly changed that, but I go with the Farmer's Almanac because it's the oldest documented history of it. I think it's farmers. I'm going with farmers.
All right.
Not candles, but
well, I'm sure their wives burnt the candles. Well, that's really sexist, isn't it? Wives were out working in the farm or in the fields too. So what am I saying?
They're picking the cotton.
It was the children.
Yeah.
The children
needed the candles.
Yeah, they were saving the candles.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right. So here we go.
It's that time.
It's that time
And
already.
again, we can't wait to see you next week. That's going to be a good show. And feel free to like and share and send us some comments and emails or any questions you have about the show or any upcoming shows you'd like to see us do. We'd love to hear your ideas and comments.
Yes, we would.
So
this has been The Truth About Beer and
Haunted Places in Texas.
Oh, and I wasn't ready. Let me try that again. Here we go. Here we go. It's still not ready. Here we go. Okay. Oh no, that's right. I don't do that. I use this. Let's try that again. This has been The Truth About Beer and
Haunted Texas. Till next time.
Till next time, and that is cheers.
Cheers.
All right.